Alright, so Creole Bell, this is a great old tune. It's a great tune to kind of learn for your first fingerstyle tune, or just add to your repertoire. Why I like it though for your first couple tunes, it's really catchy. It'll stick in your head. You don't want to think about, oh, how did that tune go? You just want to think about, how do I make this tune happen that I know, that's stuck in my head. So it's a great tune, and it's a great chord progression. It starts on the 4 chord. What I mean by that is, there's a chord order and a key. So in the key of C, we have a C, F, and a G. Instead of starting on C, it starts on F. Lots of songs do it. This Land Is Your Land, Midnight Special, All Night Long is a great fiddle tune that does that. What's another one? Lay Me Down a Pallet on Your Floor. Mississippi John Hurt has another great tune called Richland Woman Blues. It's very similar to this tune, and this would be kind of a great gateway into that tune. That tune is a little more wonky, it has a lot more stuff going on, but if you want to learn that, start with this one. So the first chord of the song, as I mentioned, is F, and I would just move my thumb between strings 6 and 4. When you move to that C chord, that comes next. You're on strings 5 and 4, and then strings 6 and 4 on the G chord. That's it. You could just practice your basic alternating pattern when you start the tune out here. So we got F. Sounds really nice. And I'm not thinking too much. The treble strings are where my finger alternates through. And I can just alternate in any order I want. It's going to sound great. So keep that in mind. Your thumb is going to migrate on these low 3 strings, and your finger is going to migrate on these top 3 strings. You can use one finger, you can use 2, doesn't matter. Alright, so I know I mentioned this tune starts on the F chord, but the melody starts before the downbeat. So we're actually going to start the melody on a C chord, and you'll see as we loop this around how this all works. So playing on a C chord, our melody notes are open 1, 2nd fret on the 2nd string, open 1, and then you're going to move to the F chord and pinch on 3rd string and 6th string. So it's going to sound like this. And here's the trick. The melody doesn't start on the first beat either. So it's kind of awkward. It's easiest to pinch on the low side of the thumb motion, right? I don't know why, but it feels off balance to pinch on the 2nd thumb. So what I mean by that is this is easier than this. So here's how I teach this. You've got thumb, 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 and then the melody comes in. So we've got thumb, 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 thumb. So that pinch is this. 4 and 1, 5 and 2, 4 and 1, and then 6 and 3. Thumb, 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 thumb. That thumb, 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 thumb pattern repeats on the F. Thumb, 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 and so does the melody. But that time when we move to string 3, it's an open 3 because C has an open 3 in it. All together, that's going to sound like this. Okay, so just remember that it's thumb, 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 and then you play the melody. As far as what fingers to use, you'll notice I'm using just 2 right now. I could easily use 3. It doesn't matter. So we could do it like this. So where I'm using 2nd finger on the 1st string, 1st finger on the 2nd string. You could just use all 2nd finger. You could just use all 1st finger. It really doesn't matter. Let's learn this next line though. It's probably the most difficult part of this tune. So I'm going to break it down bit by bit and really teach it to you here. We've got... It's really nice. It's my favorite lick of this song. You play it over a C chord and it brings you to a G chord. It's a really cool lick actually if you analyze it because you have both 7ths. Every chord has 2 7ths. You could have a major 7th. It's kind of like open-ended and pretty. You have your dominant 7th, which lives in the blues world just fine. This lick has both 7ths. So you've got... So there's the dominant 7 there leading to the major 7th, which is a perfect note to slide into the G chord. And I think that's the through line of this whole lick. Actually, it's kind of an anticipation for the G chord. How I play that, we have a pinch on 2 and 4, pinch on 5 and 3, that's a C7 chord now. Then we have a pinch on 4 and 2, which is open 2, and then we have our G chord, and that's an open 3 and 6. Now it'll sound like this. Alright, so take your time with that. That's probably the hardest lick in the tune here. Once you get to that G chord, though, it's not so bad. Alright, so that is a pinch on the 3rd fret on the 1st string, and thumbing on the 6th there, and then we just walk down. And that's starting on the 4th string there. 4, 6, 4, and then open 1 on your C chord. Then it just repeats. It's, same game from there. And we have this ending. Right? It's the end. How do we do that? We've got 4 and 1 on G7, 6 and open 1, 4 and 2 on the 3rd fret there on the 2nd string, and then 1 on the 2nd string and 5. Variations, the variation I would probably bring up first is the probably better known version. Instead of doing the motif, the second time you go, right? It's beautiful. That'll sound like this with your chords. So, not better or worse, just different. Another variation you could do is just a rhythmic variation, and so that would be, instead of pinching, right, you're alternating. That's all you have to do. And think of it like, instead of pinching with your thumb, pinch right before the thumb. That's probably more like what John Hurd's doing in his versions. So those are just a couple ideas about Creole Bell. I hope you had a good time with this one. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help you here. And if you want to support this, share it with a friend. Consider supporting my Patreon, subscribing to this here. And in the meantime, you can check out my other video on his version of Since I Lay My Burdens Down. I teach it to you in under 5 minutes. So we'll see you at that one.